So this is my 2003 Suzuki Wagon RR version V. It's a Japanese import Wagon R, as if you couldn't tell from the name. It's also a Kai car, so if you're unfamiliar with what Kai cars are basically a class of vehicle in Japan where the car has to be physically under set dimensions. It also can't have an engine capacity above 660cc. So yeah, this is a small car with a little 660cc turbocharged engine in it. It's actually physically smaller widthways than the UK Wagon Rs, so it is different in that respect, and obviously you can see it's very different in terms of bumpers and bonnets and side skirts and everything else. So yeah, it was imported in about 2014, so it's been here about 3 years. Talking to previous owners, they didn't run them in the winter, neither did I, so it's kind of testament to that underneath. It's a very, very clean car underneath, especially for it's kind of a clean car in any respect for a 2003, very good, but like I say, it's definitely it's been a benefit not to run it in winter. So as you can see, very clean car. Only kind of little things with it really are just at the back here. I don't know if it's going to come up on camera very well, but there's just a little bit of lacquer peel damage there, you can just see. So the lacquer's just kind of come off on this section here on both sides. I'm not sure why that is. It's not really noticeable other than a little lack of sheen. And then if I crouch down in the mud here, you can see there's just a little bit of scuffing to the front clip as well, as they say, I think, in America. So yeah, so as I say, it's a great little car. It's done about 53,000 miles. I got it just over a year ago now. Like I say, didn't run it in winter, and then got it out in sort of October time. Yeah, been all over with it, up to the lakes. I'm based in Staffordshire, so went up to the lakes in it, been to South Wales in it, kind of two up and luggage and all that sort of stuff. Great little car. It's an automatic, so it's actually a bit, I've got another import, a Suzuki Jimny, and that's kind of, yeah, that's quite busy on the motorway. This is really quite long-legged, being an auto, so it's really quite a comfortable cruiser. It's also a column shift, which is very cool. Just show you in the back a little bit. So as you can see, it's really tidy inside as well. Really, really clean car. I couldn't really. It was meant to be kind of a stopgap car while I did some work to my Jimny, but yeah, in the end, kind of modifications got the better of me. So it doesn't usually sit like this, so I've lowered it on some springs which I imported from Japan, along with an adjustable panhard rod at the back to keep the wheels in line and everything. So they are all sort of RSR springs and an adjustable rod from Japan, which made a massive difference to the stance. I mean, it looked good to begin with, but personally I think it looks really good now. Sits just that little bit lower. It's about 35-40 mil lower. Other than that, I've done some other bits on it as well. I've had wheels refurbished and some other bits and bobs, done a full service as well. So that's full as in oil, filter, spark plugs, coolant, ATF. Just, yeah, it was due. 50,000 miles is about right. So that's the vehicle. As you can see, it's really clean, really tidy. We'll just go for a drive in it in a minute, and you can kind of see how it runs. It's got factory fit Xenon or HIDs, whatever you want to call it, which are quite cool. The original factory fit wind deflectors, which I kind of like as well. So yeah, it's a very cool car, and it's been great fun. It does about just over 40 miles per gallon on the motorway, and probably I kind of get stuck in traffic a lot, but it's still doing kind of high 30s. So quite a economical little car as well. What economic car is it? So yeah, so that's the front and the back as well. Oh, and also I have to show you this, which is super cool before we do anything else. So, because it's a Japanese car, you have all sorts of funky little hidey holes, the best one of which is a full hidey hole which turns in to a shopping basket that you can take in. I've never actually done that, but not been brave enough, but there you go. So yeah, as you can see, really tidy inside. So let's go for a test drive. It's also got a double din stereo that I put in. I bought that from Japan at the same time. Very cool. Right, try not to mow these dogs down now. So yeah, column shift auto with overdrive. Quite a lazy way to drive, really. It's great. It's also got armrest for even more laziness. Like I say, cubby holes everywhere, up here and cubby holes there. Drinks holder down there. So yeah, it's a great little car. Ride is quite firm, but really that's not a feature of the lowered suspension. It's always been quite firm, really. I think it's more a feature of the fact that it's got low profile tyres on it, really, for its standard. They're only like 13s, I think, or something like that, but they're still quite a low profile. So the ride's firm, but you know, it's designed for Japanese roads, which tend not to be potholed and crap like ours. But yeah, cruises along really nice. What else? I think that's it, really. Last MOT advisories were slight play in a rear wheel bearing, which I think was them being a bit niggly, but there you go. And they also weren't super keen on the rear fog light, even though it is completely legal. They'd just rather it be a little bit bigger, so that's something that you can tweak if you wanted to. Anyway, I will shut up and let you listen to it. Speedos in Ks have never been converted, so it's kind of easy to get your head around after a while, and it saves. If you have it converted to miles an hour, it kind of everything sits over the other side of the dial. It never kind of comes round, because 80 miles an hour is only like halfway around the dial, so it's a bit more accurate in kilometres once you get your head around it, I think. It kind of shifts when it wants to. It's definitely a different experience to a UK car, but it's great all the same. You really get used to the laziness of the auto, actually. It's really pleasant. Like I say, I get stuck in traffic on the way to work, this has been really nice. So yeah, you can see it's kicked into overdrive there. If you press the button, there you go, it comes out of overdrive. And again, if you press it, you can even go straight in. So that's overdrive. Like I say, on these roads, there's a little bit of noise. I've got a little rattle from I put some stuff in the glove box, so that's probably what that sort of rattling is. It's, like I say, I wouldn't call it uncomfortable ride, but there's just a little bit of noise kind of comes through to the cabin. But it's a 2003 car, so you know, things have moved on a lot in 14 years. So yeah, hopefully that kind of gives you a little flavour of the vehicle. There's not a lot more to say other than I've really enjoyed my time with it, but I've done all I needed to do to my chimney, get rid of some of the rust, and it's kind of time to find a new home for this, really. So I'm hoping it goes to the right kind of home, a good home. That is, because it's been great fun. Mods have been great to do. I think they've really transformed the car. It looks great. Yeah, it's just a fun little car. right noises. So yeah, there we go. 86,851 Ks. So yeah, there it is. My 2003 Suzuki Wagon R RR version B. The wagon, all the R's.